Trevs show. I'm the Trev. Sweet. Anyway, continuing on with my favorite players of all time from every team, or at least as long as I've been watching them, such is the case with today's team. But before I go anywhere, I hope you guys are fans of content. As of tomorrow, and hopefully in 6 days or less, that's my schedule. And since no one called me out on it last time, I'm calling myself on it. Say it right, Frenchie. It's reverse retro, not retro reverse. Forgive my dyslexia. But anyway, I'm completely off point. Buffalo Sabres. Well, I'm going to say they are a bit older of a team than I am. And from as long as I've been watching them, they used to be good. But we'll get into that. Let's talk about the Sabres. So anyway, here's a brief history lesson. Buffalo Sabres have been a team since 1970, when they came into the league with their expansion cousins, the Vancouver Canucks. And while they've never won the Stanley Cup, they have made it 3 times. The last time being 1999, and depending on who you ask, some people say the cup-winning goal was, by then rules, no goal. But that's a completely different bag of worms that I'm not opening right now. From what I can remember of watching them in the late 80s, early 90s, late 90s, early 2000s, they were good. A lot of my favorite players are from that era. So, moving in the usual order, goalie, 2 defensemen, 3 forwards. Here are my favorite Buffalo Sabres for as long as I've been watching the Sabres. In net, we got the Dominator. And I mean, who are we kidding? Who else was going to go here? Miller? I think not. 9 seasons, 6 Vezinas, 2 Harts, 2 William Jennings trophies, 2 Lester B. Pearson awards. First team All-Star almost every year he was in Buffalo. And how many goaltender records have his name on it? That 99 Cup run was nothing if the Dominator wasn't part of it. I mean, yeah, did he carry the team on his shoulders? Heck yeah. But he stayed consistent, got you the wins, and that was the important thing, right? But anyway, there's that. Moving on to defense with Alexa Zitnik. Yeah, I know, random name, right? But as long as I was watching the Sabres, and during probably the best time the Sabres were playing, this guy was consistent. 10 seasons. And consistently a 30, 40 point guy. And he wasn't a slouch on defense, too. When it came to Zitnik, you had to bring a lunch sometimes. Solid grinder defenseman. Those are the kind of guys that I like. And I'm not going to lie, I've always liked Russian players. But that's my start on defense. Moving on to Phil Housley, the other half of the Dale Howard-Chuck trade. First real offensive defenseman I was ever introduced to. And I mean, when you're putting up numbers in between the 60 and 80 point range in your 8 seasons in Buffalo, scoring 30 in his second year, 31 to be exact, but 31 goals in his second year. And really good hands too. And when it came to playing offense and defense, he could balance them both really well. So Housley's on this list. Starting off with forwards with Patlev Fontaine. Sure, his 6 seasons weren't always healthy seasons. But he did score you 50 goals once upon a time. He did score you over 100 points. And flirted with the idea of 100 points twice while he was there. Would have loved to have seen him play in Buffalo longer. But as far as terms of high-producing point guy, yeah, you could never go wrong with LaFontaine. Continuing on with Alex Mcgillney. He was just fun to watch right from the word go. I mean, 43 points in his rookie campaign. You could still call it a rookie campaign then. I think he was still classified as a rookie. But that notwithstanding, let's not forget that 76 goal season between him and Solani in 92-93. That was fun to watch, along with 127 points that season. On top of that, he was always good for at least 60 points in his 6 seasons there. And as I said before, I've always been a Mcgillney fan. And we're finishing off this list with Dale Hawerchuk, the other half of the Phil Housley trade. Yeah, he was only there for 5 seasons, but his physical prowess carried right over from Winnipeg. And granted, yeah, his best years were in Winnipeg, but it's not to say he wasn't productive in Buffalo. If you take out the account of the lockout season in 94-95, he never scored anything less than 86 points, including an 80 assist season in 92-93. But all the same, as far as good power forwards went, he was one of the best, even if it was only for 5 seasons in Buffalo. But it made Buffalo fun to watch while he was there. Just saying. And that's my list of the Buffalo Sabres. So that's my favorite Buffalo Sabres of all time. Feel free to share yours in the comments. So another one, Chess Hockey Shows. I want to thank you for tuning in. Don't think I don't appreciate the gesture, especially if you've made it this far. And if you have made it this far, give me a thumbs up. Let me know you were here. If you want, that shiny red button that says subscribe all over it, you know you want to. I know you want to. Let's do it up. We're going for 250. We're 80 away. So we're climbing nicely. Socials, they're in the description down below. So moving forward, I'm going to try and film me one more of these before I have to start focusing all my energy on what's coming up tomorrow. Start expecting to see those hopefully Friday. But either way, in the meantime, and between time, be looking for more videos from Trev. Later.